Hello, car enthusiasts. Welcome to our channel. We've prepared a very interesting video for you about the 10 of the strangest, stupidest, and worst cars in America in the 1950s. This video is sure to surprise you, so get comfortable and watch it until the end. Enjoy the show. Dear viewer, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for your support. Number 10. The 1957 Ford Skyliner is often considered strange, stupid, or one of the worst cars of its time for several reasons. The Skyliner was one of the first cars to feature a retractable hardtop, which was a marvel of engineering at the time. However, the mechanism was incredibly complex, involving multiple motors, switches, and wires, which made it prone to malfunctions. Owners often found themselves dealing with a roof that wouldn't fully open or close, leading to frustration and costly repairs. The retractable hardtop mechanism added significant weight to the vehicle, which negatively impacted its performance. The additional weight made the car slower, less fuel-efficient, and more cumbersome to drive compared to its non-retractable counterparts. Due to the retractable roof, much of the trunk space was compromised. When the roof was down, there was very little room left for luggage or other cargo, making the Skyliner less practical for everyday use. The complexity of the retractable roof also meant that maintenance costs were higher. Repairing the roof mechanism required specialized knowledge, which made it expensive and difficult to keep in working order. While the retractable hardtop was a cutting-edge feature, it was also seen as overly complicated and impractical for most drivers. The frequent mechanical issues and the added weight detracted from the car's overall appeal, making it more of a novelty than a practical vehicle. The combination of the added weight and potential for mechanical failure made the Skyliner a less reliable option compared to other vehicles of the time. The car's performance was compromised by its innovative but flawed design. The Skyliner's high cost, complex maintenance, and impractical design led to limited market success. While it drew attention for its unique feature, it didn't sell well, and its reputation suffered as a result. In summary, the 1957 Ford Skyliner is considered strange, stupid, or one of the worst cars of its era due to its overly complex and unreliable retractable hardtop, the added weight that impaired performance, and the impracticality of its design. While innovative, the Skyliner's mechanical issues and lack of practicality made it a problematic vehicle. Number 9. The 1959 Cadillac Eldorado Brougham is often considered strange, stupid, or one of the worst cars of its time for the following reasons. The Eldorado Brougham featured a unique stainless steel roof, which was an unusual and costly design choice. While it gave the car a distinctive look, it added unnecessary weight and complexity to the vehicle, contributing to its already excessive curb weight. The car was equipped with an advanced air suspension system designed to provide a smooth ride. However, the system was notoriously unreliable and prone to failure. When the air suspension failed, the car would sag, making it nearly undrivable and requiring expensive repairs. The interior of the Eldorado Brougham was filled with luxurious materials and features such as leather upholstery, deep pile carpeting, and a range of electric gadgets. While impressive, these features added to the car's overall weight and complexity, making it less practical for everyday use. The Eldorado Brougham's heavy construction, due to its stainless steel roof and luxurious appointments, negatively impacted its performance. The car's excessive weight made it sluggish, harder to handle, and less fuel-efficient, which was a significant drawback for a luxury vehicle. With a price tag far beyond what most buyers could afford, the Eldorado Brougham was one of the most expensive cars of its time. This high cost limited its appeal to only the wealthiest buyers, making it a rare and exclusive vehicle, but also one that was out of reach for the general public. The car's combination of excessive weight, impractical luxury features, and high maintenance costs made it a difficult sell. It appealed to a very niche market, and its high price point further restricted its success. The Eldorado Brome's advanced features, like the air suspension, were more trouble than they were worth. The complexity of the vehicle led to frequent mechanical issues, making it less reliable and more costly to maintain. Despite its luxurious appearance, the car's excessive weight and unreliable systems undermined its performance. It didn't offer the smooth, effortless drive expected from a top-tier luxury vehicle of its time. The combination of its high price, impractical design, and unreliable technology made the 1959 Cadillac Eldorado Brougham a commercial failure. It didn't sell in large numbers, and its reputation was tarnished by the problems associated with its advanced but flawed features. In summary, the 1959 Cadillac Eldorado Brougham is considered strange, stupid, or one of the worst cars of its era due to its over-the-top luxury features, excessive weight, unreliable air suspension, and prohibitive cost. While it was a symbol of extravagance, it was also impractical and problematic, leading to its limited appeal and market failure. Number 8. The 1957 Dodge Sweptside pickup is often considered strange, stupid, or one of the worst vehicles of its time for several reasons. The most notable and unusual feature of the Sweptside pickup was its tail fins, a design element borrowed from Dodge's passenger cars of the same era. While tail fins were fashionable on cars in the 1950s, their application on a pickup truck was seen as out of place and odd. This attempt to blend car-like styling with the utility of a truck created a visually jarring appearance. The Sweptside was heavily adorned with chrome trim, further emphasizing its car-like aesthetic. While chrome was popular on luxury vehicles, its extensive use on a pickup truck was unconventional and contributed to the vehicle's peculiar look. The Sweptside pickup tried to merge the styling cues of a passenger car with the functionality of a pickup truck. This hybrid approach led to a design that was neither fully practical nor entirely stylish, leaving it in a strange middle ground that didn't resonate well with consumers. The unusual design elements, particularly the tail fins and chrome, did not attract traditional truck buyers, who were more interested in durability and utility than style. As a result, the Sweptside struggled to find a market, and sales were low. The Sweptside pickup was essentially a customized version of the Dodge C-Series truck, with the tail fins and other elements grafted onto the existing body. This made production more complex and expensive, leading to a higher price tag that further limited its appeal. Due to its lack of popularity and the impracticality of its design, the Sweptside pickup was only produced for a few years, from 1957 to 1959. Its brief production run is a testament to its failure to gain traction in the market. The attempt to combine car-like styling with a truck's utility resulted in a vehicle that didn't excel at either. The tail fins and chrome made it look flashy, but didn't add any functional value, which was a key consideration for truck buyers. The Sweptside's emphasis on style over substance made it less practical as a work vehicle. The added weight of the chrome and fins, along with the higher cost, detracted from its utility as a pickup truck. The Sweptside pickup stands as an example of a design experiment that didn't resonate with consumers. Its odd combination of elements was too niche, leading to poor sales and a short production life. In summary, the 1957 Dodge Sweptside pickup is considered strange, stupid, or one of the worst vehicles of its time due to its unusual attempt to merge car-like styling with a pickup truck's utility, leading to a design that was impractical, costly, and unpopular. Number 7. The 1956 Continental Mark II is often regarded as strange, stupid, or one of the worst cars of its era for the following reasons. The Continental Mark II was priced at $10,000 in 1956, making it one of the most expensive cars of the time. This high price tag was double that of a Cadillac Eldorado or a Lincoln, positioning the Mark II as an ultra-luxury vehicle. The cost was justified by its high-quality materials and craftsmanship, but it significantly limited its market appeal. Despite its luxurious build, the Mark II's price was far beyond what most buyers could afford, limiting its customer base to the wealthiest individuals. This exclusivity was intended to position it as a high-status symbol, but it also meant that the car did not resonate with the broader market. While the Mark II was beautifully built, its design was relatively conservative compared to other cars of the era. It featured a traditional, understated look with minimal chrome and no radical design elements. This conservative approach made it seem out of touch with the more dynamic and innovative automotive trends of the 1950s. The car's design, while elegant, did not stand out in a market that was increasingly valuing bold and distinctive styling. Its understated appearance did not capture the imagination of buyers who were looking for something more avant-garde or attention-grabbing. The Mark II was produced in very limited numbers, with only around 3,000 units made. This exclusivity added to its high price, but also meant that the car was rare and often considered a niche product rather than a mainstream luxury vehicle. The car's intricate design and luxury features contributed to high maintenance and repair costs. Owners had to deal with the challenges of maintaining a vehicle that was already expensive to buy, which further alienated potential buyers. The Mark II's high price and conservative design were seen as mismatched with the market demands of the mid-1950s, where customers were looking for both luxury and innovative design. The car's inability to appeal to a broad audience made it seem disconnected from prevailing consumer trends. While the Mark II aimed to be a symbol of extreme luxury, its high cost and conservative styling made it seem impractical for many buyers. The car was beautiful, but lacked the features and flair that would have made it more appealing to a wider range of affluent customers. Despite its high quality, the Continental Mark II did not achieve commercial success. Its limited production and high price point meant it did not make a significant impact on the market, leading to its reputation as an expensive and somewhat impractical luxury vehicle. In summary, the 1956 Continental Mark II is considered strange, stupid, or one of the worst cars of its time due to its astronomical price, conservative design, limited market appeal, and the disconnect between its luxury positioning and the broader automotive trends of the 1950s. Number 6. The 1959 Chevrolet El Camino is often viewed as strange, stupid, or one of the worst cars of its era for several reasons. The El Camino was an attempt to combine the utility of a truck with the comfort and styling of a car. This hybrid concept aimed to offer the best of both worlds, but instead resulted in a vehicle that was seen as neither a true car nor a true truck. The design confused consumers who were unsure of the car's primary purpose. The first-generation El Camino had a distinctive design that was not well received. Its rear bed was integrated into a car-like body, resulting in a unique but awkward appearance. The car's styling did not clearly align with either the traditional truck or car aesthetic, leading to its perception as strange. Despite being marketed as a truck, the El Camino's payload capacity was limited compared to traditional pickup trucks. It could carry less cargo, making it less practical for those who needed a work vehicle. The car-truck hybrid design compromised the ride quality. The El Camino's truck-like bed added weight to the rear, affecting handling and comfort. This lack of refinement further detracted from its appeal as a versatile vehicle. Initially, the El Camino struggled to find a broad market. It was too unconventional for those seeking a traditional car and not utilitarian enough for those needing a full-fledged truck. This niche positioning made it hard to appeal to a wide audience. The first-generation El Camino was produced for only 2 years, from 1959 to 1960. Its limited production run reflects the difficulties the model faced in gaining widespread acceptance and establishing a strong market presence. The El Camino's attempt to merge the functionality of a truck with the comfort of a car resulted in a vehicle that lacked a clear identity. Consumers found it challenging to understand the benefits of such a hybrid design. The initial design and concept did not resonate with the broader market, leading to low sales and a perception of the El Camino as an unsuccessful and confusing vehicle. Its unusual styling and unclear purpose contributed to its reputation as one of the worst vehicles of its time. The compromise between car and truck features led to a vehicle that was neither fully functional as a truck nor fully comfortable as a car. This lack of specialization made it less appealing to buyers looking for either a practical truck or a stylish car. In summary, the 1959 Chevrolet El Camino is considered strange, stupid, or one of the worst cars of its era due to its confusing car-truck hybrid design, unusual styling, limited practicality, and its initial failure to capture a broad market. Number 5. The 1958 Edsel Pacer is often cited as one of the strangest, stupidest, or worst cars in automotive history, largely due to its association with the failed Edsel brand and its own design and marketing missteps. The most notorious feature of the Edsel Pacer was its distinctive horse collar grille. This vertical grille design was intended to be a bold statement and a key differentiator for the Edsel brand, but it was widely ridiculed by the public and critics alike. Many found it unattractive and odd, contributing to the car's poor reception. The Pacer, like other Edsels, featured an excessive amount of chrome and over-the-top styling. The design was seen as overly busy and did not resonate with consumers who were beginning to favor more streamlined and understated vehicles. The combination of these design elements made the car appear gaudy and out of touch with market trends. The Pacer was equipped with a teletouch transmission system, which used push buttons mounted in the center of the steering wheel to shift gears. While innovative, this feature was prone to malfunctions and was seen as unnecessarily complicated. It added to the perception that the Edsel was more about gimmicks than practical innovations. The technological features of the Pacer, including the teletouch system, led to maintenance and reliability issues. The car was seen as difficult and expensive to repair, further diminishing its appeal to consumers who were looking for reliability in their vehicles. The Edsel brand was heavily hyped by Ford as a revolutionary new line of cars. The Pacer was positioned as a mid-range model, but when it was finally released, it failed to live up to the expectations set by its marketing campaign. The gap between the hype and the reality of the car was so wide that it led to significant consumer disappointment. The Edsel brand, including the Pacer, suffered from a lack of clear identity. It was meant to fill a niche between Ford and Mercury, but it ended up competing against both, without a clear advantage. This brand identity crisis left consumers confused about where the Edsel fit in the automotive market, contributing to its quick demise. The Edsel Pacer, like all Edsel models, suffered from poor sales. Despite the heavy investment in its development and marketing, the Pacer sold far below expectations, leading to the discontinuation of the Edsel brand after only 3 years. The 1958 Edsel Pacer has become a symbol of one of the biggest failures in automotive history. Its combination of controversial design, overcomplicated technology, and a failed marketing strategy has made it a case study in what can go wrong when launching a new car model. The Pacer's design, particularly the horse collar grille, is often cited as one of the worst in automotive history. It was a bold, but ultimately misguided attempt to create a distinctive look. The inclusion of features like the teletouch transmission, while innovative, added to the car's complexity and maintenance issues, making it a headache for owners. The Edsel Pacer's failure is as much a result of poor marketing and brand positioning as it is of design flaws. The car is remembered as a symbol of the dangers of overhyping a product that doesn't deliver on its promises. In summary, the 1958 Edsel Pacer is considered one of the strangest, stupidest, or worst cars due to its controversial design, overcomplicated technology, and the massive failure of the Edsel brand as a whole. Its legacy is one of missteps and lessons learned in the automotive industry. Number 4. The 1959 Plymouth Fury is often remembered as one of the most visually extreme cars of its era, characterized by its bold design choices that embodied the excesses of 1950s American automotive styling. The 1959 Fury featured some of the most exaggerated tail fins ever seen on a production car. These towering fins were a hallmark of late 1950s automotive design, intended to give the car a futuristic and jet-inspired look. However, by 1959, tail fins were beginning to fall out of fashion, and the Fury's fins were seen by many as a step too far, symbolizing the excess of the era. In addition to the massive tail fins, the 1959 Fury was adorned with an abundance of chrome trim and decorative elements. The front grille was large and bold, while the rear end was dominated by the fins and chrome accents. This heavy use of chrome and ornamentation was meant to convey luxury and modernity, but to some, it made the car look gaudy and overdone. The overall design of the 1959 Fury was heavily influenced by the jet age aesthetic, which was popular in the 1950s. This included elements like the fin-shaped rear fenders, the pointed front end, and various details meant to evoke the imagery of rockets and airplanes. While this design philosophy was cutting edge at the time, by the end of the decade, it was starting to be seen as dated and excessive. The 1959 Fury was a large and heavy car, which affected its performance and handling. While it was equipped with a V8 engine that provided decent power, the car's size and weight made it cumbersome to drive, particularly in an era when smaller, more maneuverable cars were starting to gain popularity. The Fury's large size and powerful engine also meant that it was not particularly fuel efficient, which became more of a concern as the 1960s approached and consumers began to look for more economical vehicles. The 1959 Plymouth Fury has become an icon of 1950s automotive excess. Its over-the-top styling, with exaggerated tail fins and abundant chrome, is often cited as a prime example of the design trends that defined the decade. While some enthusiasts appreciate the car for its bold and distinctive look, others see it as a symbol of the excesses that led to a shift in automotive design in the following decade. The Plymouth Fury gained a degree of cultural notoriety thanks to its role in Stephen King's novel Christine and the subsequent film adaptation, where a 1958 Fury was portrayed as a sinister, supernatural car. While the 1959 model was not the specific year featured in the story, the Fury's association with the over-the-top styling and aura of menace in pop culture has helped cement its place in automotive history. Despite its bold design, the 1959 Fury struggled to find widespread appeal at the time. The extreme styling was polarizing, and by the late 1950s, consumer tastes were beginning to shift toward more subdued and modern designs. This limited appeal contributed to the Fury's reputation as a car that, while memorable, was ultimately out of step with the evolving automotive landscape. The 1959 Fury's exaggerated tail fins and heavy use of chrome made it a poster child for the excesses of 1950s car design. While some appreciate its boldness, others see it as overstyled and garish. The emphasis on flashy design came at the expense of practicality and performance. The car's large size, weight, and poor fuel efficiency were drawbacks that became more apparent as consumer preferences changed. The 1959 Fury's extreme design has been critiqued as a reflection of the excesses of the American auto industry at the time. It represents a moment when style was prioritized over substance, leading to a car that, while visually striking, was out of touch with the practical needs of many consumers. In summary, the 1959 Plymouth Fury is considered one of the strangest, stupidest, or worst cars due to its extreme design, lack of practicality, and the way it embodied the excesses of 1950s automotive styling. Its legacy is one of bold but divisive aesthetics that ultimately contributed to the shift in design trends in the following decade. Number 3. The 1951 Henry J was an economy car designed to offer minimal frills at a low price point. While it aimed to provide affordable transportation, its design choices and features made it stand out for reasons that often made it seem strange, stupid, or worst. The Henry J was conceived as a low-cost vehicle, leading to a design that focused on cutting expenses rather than enhancing features. One of the most noticeable cost-saving measures was the omission of a trunk lid. Instead, the car had a simple rear compartment that was accessible through the rear seat. This design choice was a clear indication of the car's budget nature and often criticized for being impractical and inconvenient. The interior of the Henry J was exceedingly minimalistic, reflecting its budget status. It lacked many of the features and comforts found in more expensive cars, which made it feel basic and Spartan. The car's interior was devoid of many amenities, including features like a glove compartment, armrests, and more luxurious materials. This lack of comfort and convenience contributed to the perception of the Henry J as a no-frills utilitarian vehicle. The exterior design of the Henry J was plain and functional, with little emphasis on aesthetics. Its simple, boxy shape and lack of ornamentation were practical but did not appeal to buyers seeking style or flair. The Henry J was equipped with a modest engine that offered basic performance. While it was adequate for everyday driving, it lacked the power and refinement of more upscale models. This contributed to its perception as a cheap and underwhelming vehicle. The Henry J's design and performance were tailored to a specific market segment, looking for the most affordable transportation. This narrow focus limited its appeal, especially among buyers who valued style, comfort, and performance. The Henry J was intended to appeal to budget-conscious consumers who prioritized affordability over luxury or features. It was aimed at people looking for basic transportation rather than those seeking a stylish or feature-rich vehicle. The car's cost-cutting design and lack of basic features led to criticism and limited sales. While it fulfilled its role as a budget vehicle, many found its Spartan design and lack of basic amenities to be unappealing. The Henry J was often viewed as a car that had sacrificed too much in the name of affordability. The Henry J's legacy is one of extreme cost-cutting and minimalism. While it provided an affordable option for transportation, its lack of basic features and its overall cheap feel contributed to its reputation as an example of how far design and features can be pared down to reduce costs. Its place in automotive history is often cited as a cautionary tale of what can happen when cost-saving measures go too far. The omission of a trunk lid and other basic features made the Henry J feel cheap and impractical. This decision was a direct result of its budget-focused design, but made the car less user-friendly and appealing to many buyers. The car's extremely basic design, both inside and out, reflected a willingness to sacrifice comfort and style for cost savings. This minimalist approach made the Henry J seem outdated and less desirable compared to more feature-rich and stylish competitors. The Henry J's design choices and lack of features limited its appeal to a very specific segment of the market. Its narrow focus on affordability over all other aspects made it a less attractive option for a broader audience, contributing to its reputation as a strange and unappealing vehicle. Number 2, the 1958 Plymouth Belvedere, particularly in its Fury trim, stands out for its bold design and the role it played in popular culture, especially in Stephen King's Christine. The 1958 Belvedere featured an overabundance of chrome trim, which many considered excessive and flashy. The chrome detailing extended across the grille, bumpers, and side trim, giving the car a very ostentatious appearance. The car was designed with large, dramatic tail fins that were a popular but often criticized design trend of the late 1950s. These fins contributed to a rear profile that some found garish and exaggerated. The Belvedere was available in a range of bright, eye-catching colors, further amplifying its attention-grabbing appearance. These color options, along with the extensive chrome, made the car stand out in a way that was sometimes perceived as over-the-top. Many Belvederes featured two-tone paint schemes that were intended to highlight the car's sleek lines but often added to its flashy, conspicuous look. The 1958 Plymouth Belvedere, specifically the Fury trim, gained infamy as the possessed car in Stephen King's novel Christine. This association with the horror story has contributed significantly to its notoriety and perception as a strange or eerie vehicle. The car's role in the 1983 film adaptation of Christine cemented its place in pop culture as a symbol of menace and horror, further influencing public perception. While the Belvedere offered a range of engines, including some powerful options, the performance didn't always match the car's bold styling. Some found the driving experience underwhelming compared to the car's striking appearance. The car's heavy use of chrome and large tail fins contributed to its overall weight, which could negatively impact handling and performance. The design elements of the 1958 Belvedere were polarizing. While some appreciated its boldness and flair, others found the styling excessive and unattractive. The car's over-the-top appearance and use of chrome were sometimes seen as gimmicky rather than tasteful. The Belvedere's role in Christine has made it a lasting icon in automotive horror, contributing to its reputation as a strange and unsettling vehicle. Despite its polarizing design, the Belvedere is remembered for its contribution to the era's automotive aesthetics. It represents the height of 1950s design excess, capturing a moment in automotive history that was marked by flamboyance and extravagance. The Belvedere, particularly the Fury trim, is of interest to collectors and enthusiasts who appreciate its unique design and its place in automotive and pop culture history. Its role in Christine has also added to its allure among fans of the novel and film. The 1958 Belvedere's heavy use of chrome and large tail fins was seen as excessive and garish by many, making the car appear over the top and lacking in subtlety. The car's role as a possessed vehicle in Christine has overshadowed its more mundane attributes and contributed to its reputation as a strange and unsettling vehicle. The car's bold styling did not always translate to equally impressive performance, leading to a disconnect between its appearance and driving experience. Number 1. The 1959 Ford Anglia is known for its distinctive design and its attempt to capture a market that was focused on larger, more powerful vehicles. One of the most notable features of the Anglia was its reverse-raked rear window, which sloped forward instead of the more common rearward slope. This design choice gave the car an unusual and somewhat awkward appearance. The Anglia had a front end that was relatively bulbous compared to the rest of its design. This, combined with its compact size, made the car look mismatched and odd in its proportions. The Anglia was a small, compact car, which was a stark contrast to the larger, more powerful vehicles favored by American buyers in the late 1950s. Its size made it seem out of place in a market that favored bigger cars. The Anglia's small size and quirky design did not resonate well with American consumers, who preferred larger, more powerful vehicles. The car's styling and size made it a poor fit for the American market, contributing to its lack of success. The Anglia did not sell well in the United States, and its awkward design and small size led to limited appeal among American buyers. The reverse-raked rear window, while distinctive, could have created visibility issues and reduced practicality. Additionally, the car's overall small size limited its functionality for families or those needing more cargo space. The Anglia was part of a broader trend of British cars attempting to enter the American market. While it didn't achieve widespread success, it remains a niche interest among automotive enthusiasts and collectors. Despite its limited success, the Anglia is remembered by some as a quirky and unique example of late 1950s automotive design. Its unusual features and distinctive appearance give it a certain charm among classic car enthusiasts. The Anglia was equipped with a small engine, which contributed to its lackluster performance. Its modest power output was not well suited to American driving expectations, which favored more powerful engines. While the car was designed to be economical and easy to handle, its small size and design may have made it feel underwhelming compared to the larger, more powerful cars that were popular in the US. The car's small size limited its cargo space and passenger comfort. In an era when larger cars were becoming more popular, the Anglia's compact dimensions were seen as impractical by many potential buyers. The Anglia's reverse-raked rear window and compact size were seen as outdated and quirky, especially in a market that favored more conventional and larger vehicles. The Anglia's small size and unique styling did not align with the preferences of American buyers, leading to limited success and a lack of appeal. The car's design and small size made it less practical for many American consumers who were looking for more spacious and powerful options.